I'm Black, African, African American. People would like for me to be African American. People would like for me to read the African out and just being American. Like this black skin ain't African. People be like, black is just a color. Black is politics. When any day that I decide to call myself a color, I'm comfortable with it. Just because I'm pro-black don't mean I'm anti-white. A year ago, I thought about political warfare. Men who spend 25 plus years in jail, and then they come out to a world that they are so unfamiliar with. That's warfare. It's difficult to see people push their dreams to the back for a 9 to 5. Or for them to be able to support somebody else's dream and not know the first step in building their own. That's warfare. The ass and not the butt of a black woman is warfare. Black men being killed for no reason is warfare. The fact that school is $40,000 in America is warfare. On the day of this show, I'm not sure what'll happen. I'll probably catch what like Christians call the Holy Ghost. The Spirit might just move me to a space that is uncontrollable.
They say that the new black ain't black no more. See, the new black is about black not being labeled black but called an American. This new black is severing all ties with Africa and promoting the American dream, because in reality, you probably won't be much besides another point on the assembly line. It's hard not to buy into the ritual of school, work, job, and family. Family, job, work, and school. The new age revolutionaries have turned the movements into markets of consumption and production that made it the cool thing to fight and be down kids in the street with no training. This ain't what our ancestors shed blood for. Kids in the street with no training, this ain't what our ancestors shed blood for. When you black and you know you black, you gotta act different. When you black and women, your existence becomes political. Gotta be careful of the way you speak, smile and pray. The clothes you wear, you can't become prey. Breathe, black girl. Focus. Breathe. Pray. Mother, Father, Spirit and Creator, grant me the strength of Oya with the gentleness of Oshun. I am strong because of your strength. I am merely a vessel for all of this. I am merely a vessel for all of this. I am merely a vessel for all of this. Save the world. Love yourself more than you love them, but never let them know you'll love yourself more than you love them, because then you'll be asking for it, asking to be touched, giving God when you need your mother, silence when you need to scream. Breathe, black girl, pray. Mother, Father, Spirit and Creator, grant me the strength of Oya with the gentleness of Oshun. It is because of your strength that I am strong. It is because of your strength that I am strong. Cry alone, breathe, right, pray. Mother, Father and Creator, grant me the strength of Oya with the gentleness of Oshun. It is because of your strength that I am small. I am merely a vessel for all of this. I am merely a vessel for all of this. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Save yourself. Breathe, focus, grind, right, be a black girl revolution, but not too much. Focus, breathe, pray. Mother, Father, Spirit and Creator, grant me the gentleness of Oshun with the strength of Oya. It is because of your strength that I am strong. It is because of your strength that I am strong. Allow me to do what I am supposed to do. Allow me to do what I am supposed to do. Pray, focus, right.
Shit, nobody have to live out traditions that they may or may not even believe in. You spend so much of a life creating a life that is for other people. Once you're able to do what you want to do unapologetically, that's when you really start living. Before that, we just exist. Do everything unapologetically. Be emotional unapologetically. Be you unapologetically.
I am an endangered species, but I sing no victim song. but I sing no victim song. I am a woman. I am an artist, and I know where my voice, and I know where my voice, and I know where my voice belongs.
Ain't no nigga, ain't no bitch. Ain't no nappy-headed, bald, black bitch. Ain't no welfare, abortion, monkey, picking any tar, baby, black, Negro, chuck and jive, chicken noodle soup. Ain't no second-class citizen. Ain't no half man, half animal. Ain't no barbarian. Ain't no uncivilized species. We be South Africa, revolutionary. Harriet, Asada, Maya, Jacquees, Rosa, Zora, Nanny, Nyabingi, Afeni, Angela, prison, industrial, complex, prison, such a success, cause we got kings that wanna be real niggas. Light skin, dark skin, light skin versus dark skin. Light skin women supposed to be petty, dark skin women supposed to be needy. We ignore colorism like we still believe in Willie Lynch. Hang yourself. Queen, woman, queen, Jezebel, young man, no love, no man, just woman, Jezebel, whore, hoe, slut, queen, regal, life, for colored girls who have considered suicide and went through with it, for the girls who have swallowed term or you whole, burnt their esophagus on stories that won't seem to stay down, scraping the roof of their mouth with penises that force them out of the conversation, for mothers that never know the full story yet still offer opinion, for colored boys that still support new age gangster rap that really just read like nursery rhymes cause systems of oppression don't really exist to them, for the dope boys that attempt to leave the block, for the ride or die woman that operates stash houses and hold bonds money in their account, for the queen and all of us and the king and all of them, for the ones who pray differently cause Michelangelo made all of the gods have his features. This is for you. This is for you. I am for you. I think it pisses God off when you walk in the garden and don't recognize the color purple. Dear God, my mother thinks I'm a heathen for not believing in you the way that she does. Disobeyed Ephesians 6:2 when I spoke of my disapproval for your doctrine. Can't fathom that after all this struggling and pulling through, I can't bow for a man who says each of my lesbian sisters will burn in the fiery pits of hell. Then that each man and woman shall be loved equally. Pick one. If no sin is greater than the next, why ain't your lies and contradictions held accountable? Raised us to not submit to any man whom we do not feel worthy. And she will go to war for you, fight emotion over fact for you, the only intimate relationship I've ever seen her openly fight for. So I guess it's true when they say you the only one worth loving and sacrificing for. So in this moment, I will bow my head. Give her something to be proud of while she silently prays that I won't be struck down in this instant. Dear God, Asia's favorite color is purple. Why choose her to deny her entry into your pearly gates? She loves you the way my grandmother did, honest and unfiltered. So your backwards ideas and figure, that's why you love her too, because she commits sins that ain't prayed themselves away yet. Show my mother your imperfections. Her love for you is unwavering. Wrote me off a heathen before even reading any scroll that doesn't read like yours is the court, let her tell it. Recognizing my thinking and still side-eyeing when I use your name in vain. Oh, my God doesn't love like hers. Oh, my God got skin like hers. Oh, my God look like her. If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. Most intellects don't believe in God, but they fear us just the same. What if he were her? Or her with them? What happens to the ones that recognize the color purple with a life full of sin? Do you spare them the 3rd-degree burns? If so, when the time comes, recognize that Aisha, Tanaya, and Danielle have all pointed out the color purple amongst pinks, yellows, greens, and blues, and flowers, solitude, and flowers that feel like them. Past experimentation and puberty. Dear God, remove your jealous ways and acknowledge that others exist. For my mother's sanity, give her something to reach for. She act just like you. Oh, mighty and unbothered, know the word, preach the word, but ain't been in your house in years. She makes service out of a home full of sinners. And not because we don't love you the way that she does, but because we saw the color purple before a Bible.
The court system and the criminal justice system is a criminal system and which serves.
Black is beautiful.
Free hood!
Said I want you free.
Free hood! Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. The Negro still is not free.
We've got to organize, we've got to mobilize, and we've got to work to solve these problems.
And there's not going to be no killing without killing, gentlemen, with all due respect. Definitely not going to be any killing without killing, you know. And I would like that to be clear for the record. I understand the fact that we got police in here. I wanted you to be here to understand what I said.
We need it now. We need a town. We need a place to pitch. We need a mound.
I, for one, will join in with anyone. Don't care what color you are, as long as you want to change this miserable condition that exists on this earth. Thank you.
Survive the droughts, I wish you well. Survive the droughts, I wish you well. How sick am I wish you health. I wish you wheels, I wish you wealth. I wish you insight so you can see for yourself. You can see from behind, you can redefine the game as we know it, one dream at a time. I'm American dreaming. American dreaming.
County Police Department continuing to advance their line. We have now pulled back a city block and a half. There it goes. They are now firing onto the crowd. Out! Shit! They are firing rubber bullets.
The United States of America is not a country, it is a company. Built on the backs of once enslaved Africans, this machine of a country is built on racist white supremacy, the bloodshed of blacks, either too bold or too beautiful to be contained. I've seen more pigs cry woof in 2014 than I've ever heard of in 1954. Seen men fear for a life they were trained to work, so they pull triggers before Rita Miranda writes that somebody is always reaching. On the day George Zimmerman was acquitted, I was in Orlando, Florida, reaching for the sanity that seemed to have gone missing. My nephew was born right before I turned to CNN. I remember being afraid, yet still finding it worth the risk, pissed that his mother couldn't wait. I had asked her to hold on so that on the anniversary of this case, my nephew Assad's black skin would have lived out the every quick meaning of sacrifice. But I see Not even goddesses can contain baddies too bold, too beautiful, too black. Cried for the strength of the children who felt too removed and too privileged to be affected, figuring that it only matters when it happens to us, forgetting that if it can happen to one, it can happen to us. This country is built on my nephew's ability to look like what the enemy sees as suspicious. He was born naked. The only thing making him a threat by default is his black skin. The only thing making him a target is his black skin. I pray that hoodies never stop him from being able to walk comfortably, that he never knows what it feels like to pray when being preyed on by red and blue, that he never bows his head when seeing men in uniforms. This is the history that won't make it to the books. Because oppression is only appropriate to teach, recite, and condone when it is not deemed an injustice that could ignite fire prophets and water gods, men who spit fire, and women who get to determine when it's enough. They will never swap out the Malcolms for Michaels, the Bettys for Renisha, because black murder committed by white people is always justified. He rich, it's justified. He feared for his life, it's justified. The sidewalk don't belong to black skin. Michael Brown Jr., it's been justified, because 4 hours in the street is like 4 hours in a tree. Our melanin bodies are always asking for it. Always at the wrong place at the wrong time, because we teach children that this country is only inherited to adult-age white men with no culture except ours, in a place that is always there at the wrong times for the right reasons. Hey y'all. Y'all can't talk, I know. You can't chuckle either. Breathe. My father's spirit reincarnated. The physical death of a body forced to live in a new soul. His intentions manifested. Half the arrogance, 2 times the boldness. I am the secret pieces he wishes to fold. The skeletons that just won't hang right in other women's closet because of the smell of my mother's resentment lingering. Warning signs of her broken energy present, slipping through nooses because we refuse to gag this time. Can't let her suffer this time. Won't smother the reality this time. Ain't enough gagging that could kill us this time. A bad assumption that we are supposed to deal and make do. The angle on the back of his palm, the evidence on her cheek, the faint reality of responsibility when she looks at me. I am the monsters he refuses to address in his sleep. Cause they look too much alike. They look just like me. Yet he still don't realize. The eyes just glaze differently. The hide that makes the last hit worth it. The sneakers he stole that you purchased too commonly. Do men act like they don't become fathers on purpose? I am the physical spirit of an absent body, absent man, who created the blueprint yet attempted to burn the plan. I am the ashes of my father's insecurities. Half the arrogance, 2 times the boldness, 4 times the reminders that there are always doubles of him inside of me. The manifestation of an unintended tragedy. Breathe. Breathe.
Truth from you, cause I feel I deserve that. What happened all the times I called and never heard back? You could have said you was busy, I would have understood. I was just checking in to see if everything was good. You could have answered for me, guess you ain't want to talk. We never bonded, so I can't say that we grown apart. Told myself I won't think of you, but that's easier said than done. I fucked up relationships, but tried to make the best of one. And that was ours, Pops, cause that one mattered most. But we so distant, I never remember being close. We never were, cause it was always this way. It'd be happily ever after if I had it my way. Like, I'd be able to call you when I was feeling down, but emotions took a turn and that ain't how I'm feeling now. Could've sent a text message or letter at least. I got all of this built up anger time I let it release. Like, these broken promises, you told so many fucking lies. And you can see I'm hurt, it ain't easy to fucking hide. I foolishly made excuses for the situation. Convinced myself you going through and you just need your space, but it's been years. Ain't got enough reason for all this time, ain't made a single attempt. Nigga, you ain't even trying, tell me why. When all I wanted was for you to be a father. But now it's far too late, so say that shit don't even bother. I'm a man now, father myself and I got a fam now. Your other kids did, but I ain't never want a handout. All I really wanted was for you to be there, to at least make me think you give a shit, pretend that you care. But you won't listen, so I put it in this motherfucking song. I'm a man and I learned to be on my motherfucking own. They ask me how I feel, I play it off like it's alright. My son just turned 4, and you only seen him twice and it killed me. Talking about me having kids, nigga, feel free, but I love that boy to death. I never do him how you did me. And that's a promise, it's honesty in that statement. So Junior, if you're listening, you never need a replacement, I swear. Cause I care too much to ever do you wrong, son. Think I'm gonna follow his steps, you got the wrong one. But no more anger, I'm letting go with this rage now. That chapter's over with so I could turn the page.
Ladies and gentlemen, the super talented, the super amazing King Millzi, we winning. If you can't bear yourself nowhere else, bear yourself with me. Black women live life in brown. For everything we can't see, we fail. For everything we don't see, we right. Black woman live life like she right, cause she is, she God, she sister, she aunt, she niece, she queen when she wanna be. Empress in front of me, she 300 degrees plus 60, she whole, she beautiful, she black, she bold, she beautifully charming, candidly alarming goddess of a woman. Black woman live life like. Stealing my stuff don't make it yours, it make it stolen. Somebody done walked off with all my stuff. Left me high, dry, and shaming the things that make me both divine and woman. Then made me think that God make junk when she don't. That I should waist train my stomach even if I don't want to. Somebody almost made me feel like the African and my features should be hidden and controlled. Cause only white women can have more than a handful to hold. Walked away with all my stuff, yet told me it was wrong. That my thighs only look good in booty shorts and thongs. Done took they insecurities and attempt to push it on me. Somebody stole all my stuff, then told me, find me. No, you find you. Just cause you see clear don't mean you can't be blind to bashing all these women and asking them to hide their bodies that bear these children. These bodies don't owe you explanations or sit-ups in body prisons. These bodies deserve praising. I demand you give us. Somebody almost walked off with all my stuff, and I almost let them. Forget why I even hated the parts, and then I remembered. This world only loves us black women when we are sexualized and domesticated. Give black girls a crown, and I promise you they hate it. Stealing my stuff make you a thief, a one-time member trying to be chief. Somebody almost walked off with all my stuff, but I caught him at the door. Told them off and said, remember who you really living for. Who really gives the validation? Who curates the culture and rises the vibrations of this nation? It's she, it's her, it's always been. The black girl chuckling at your doubts and telling all her friends. Somebody almost walked off with all of her stuff, but she caught him at the door. Gave him a backlash to ensure it would never happen no more. Somebody almost walked off with all of my stuff. Females go from girls to hoes real quick. Let Instagram and agenda role promoting meme tell it, breathe, African woman. With your breast north and your derriere south, show the world how admirable you can be. Show them that your ass is your greatest asset. This is a show for the masses and his has-beens. Make them see that we slut shame with no regard to tragedy. 10 steps for women who have been sexually abused. 1. When the police ask you why you were out so late, say because you were enjoying your night. When your uncles, cousins, and brothers ask you why you wore that dress, say because you wanted to. When the police ask you for the 3rd time what happened, let your voice tremble. Be weak. Hear the screams and feel the touching again. Make sure he relives the tragedy just like you will for the rest of your life before healing from it. Since the first time the pain didn't present itself, and the second time you were just attempting to not taste the spit of your abuser, so you rushed it. 2. It is not your fault. Your smile didn't ask for it, just like your mug didn't suggest you needed it. It is not your job to teach boys and men that short skirts aren't suggestive and baggy pants don't mean that lessons need to be taught. 3. Stop apologizing. 4. Never forget 3. Your short skirt wasn't suggestive. Your baggy pants shouldn't have been tighter. Boys should be taught that no means no, just like girls are taught to not walk in dark alleys at night. 5. Stop questioning if 3 should be taken seriously. 6. No matter what the police officer says, your male figure suggests it was not your fault. Many of them are taught the same lessons, that if she is alone and walking, alone and drunk, then she is asking for it. 8. She is asking for it. 8. Do not silence your tragedy. Do not make excuses for your abuser, whether family member or otherwise. It happened. Their lack of self-control and entitlement is not your issue. It is not your obligation to cover for their reputation. 9. No. There are not passes for girls. They will make you feel like all of this is your fault. That being a woman makes you smarter, so you should have known better. That the way you twerked at the party meant that you liked it rough. Even if he does not know until you are fighting for your life that you are a virgin. 10. Whether touched or raped, it is still violent. There will be people that assume that being touched or raped is a good comparison to experimentation. The body of a woman is not a science project or art. Do not buy into the idea that your scars can be painted and carved into pretty for someone else's viewing pleasure. 11. When I was 12, my god sister's brother's best friend touched me. I swallowed the agony in silence because no one ever told me about 3, 4, and 5. So maybe this will stop the cycle.
come a day you will ever hear me say that I want or need to be without you. I want to give my all. Baby, just hold me. Simply control me. Because your arms,
the corner pockets of my secrets have been filled with your eagerness to know everything. I am no longer allowed to hide behind the wishes of others just to leave them half full and me half empty. These are not insecurities but mere death threats. Suicide notes with lipstick stained kisses. How can one nurture a nation if she always forget about herself? Why do you find she so interesting? Something worthwhile to feast on beyond your own comfortability. You live comfortably. She, out of place, thrown off, derailed. Suicide attempts and lipstick stained kisses on your collar. You feel safe too. She feels twice as safe with your completeness and hers. You speak of forevers when forevers normally only look like days. You're talking about eternity. She has never had the chance to be vulnerable. Women like her give birth forward tough by default. No tears ever except behind closed doors. It's been since never that someone has listened to anything more than a poem or advice from her lips. Painted, all revolutionary and $1.99 lipstick. She dresses up pain well. All head wrapped and militant. You've seen her naked, waist beat and thick. Childhood scars on her ankle. You look like something worth falling for. Locks tied, back acne you crawl on top of. You find it appealing. Breast hung that you always grab for a womb. You find tender enough to probe its hiding spots and to kiss its quiet places. You give it something to cry for, something to yearn. That does not always validate but confirms her femininity. You make her remember that being a woman is not always easy but necessary. There is no sex appeal, only emotion. You force her to emote something, to feel something. You are the pen for the suicide notes that never gets written because she is too caught on haikus and love poems that force her to feel something past pain, revolutions, and nation saving. You left her hung and strung out, an addict who can't get past the first step of admitting that she too has an addiction.
All I need is you in my life.
Political warfare is a disruption of all cultures associated with being black and being a black woman. Sex isn't nasty. Being intimate is not something that's shameful. Being confident is not something that is grown from an ego. You shouldn't be forced to hold your secrets forever. You shouldn't die from things that could be relieved. Or you shouldn't die from things that can be healed. I don't get up every morning and pray because I was raised that way. I get up every morning and pray because I taught myself that. Prayer is self-taught. Rituals are self-taught. We create our own rituals. If the only thing we ever have is a culture of tradition, then what really belongs to us? Life is about doing things that's uncomfortable, that'll get you to comfortable places. It's about waking up every morning and knowing that you don't know. Those who know that they don't know. The more things you learn, the more things you realize that you don't know. When your elders teach you all the wrong things, you ain't got nobody to look to. When everybody around you doing one thing, who are you to question it? Who are you to know that you're supposed to question it? Question everything. Everything. More than likely, nobody tells you the whole truth, just the truth that they want you to know.
It's obvious leaders in politics think it's wrong to live with a peace in your mind that nobody is armed. I carry a piece that's a 9, shoot it to the song. Hunger Games, the DC war zone, that's my home for real. This the last song. Y'all been here with me for like 30 minutes. move. I'ma rap to you. From kings and queens to niggas and thieves, I guess we ass backwards.